Am I about to get sued for $150 million? What? Psst, I ain't got that kind of money. You might as well take me now. That was my thoughts. I was like, yo, take me now. I don't have, who has $150 million just lying around? Many of you may have this question: how do I take my business to the next level while keeping up with the constant changes of marketing strategies? Well, boy, do we got something for you. My name is Raquel, and welcome to the Business with Rocz podcast, a podcast that helps you secure the bag and tells you the good, the bad, and the beautiful in these wild business streets. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Business with Rocz. I hope you guys are doing awesome. I'm super excited. In today's episode, I want to kind of hone in on some questions that people tend to ask me often. Because as a lot of you guys know, I'm in the season of high ticket right now. So a lot of people is asking, Raquel, you charging $10K for a course or $25K for mentorship? Like, what? So I'm also teaching people how to charge that as well for themselves. Like I said, listen, our knowledge is worth a lot of money. The knowledge in my brain and this mind is priceless. It's priceless, but I can't charge you nothing, so I'm going to put a price on it, right? So that's why for me, I'm big on high ticket. I'm big on things costing a lot, and in this podcast episode, I want to really hone in and try to teach people and show people that one, you can validate your price, and most of all, two, validate your success and to see it for yourself. Different ways for you to see those things for yourself, guys. All right. So the first question that people tend to come to me with, right, it's the whole validating your success. I get it. I have a personal story with this. Back when I was 16, 17 years old, I would say closer to 17, I learned about making money online. Because prior to that, I was selling candy out of my brother's shoebox. I found out that I could literally make some good money without having to get a job, just selling people what they want. I was like, oh, snap. People want candy. People want Purell. People want Blistex. People want Sandy Hands. Like, I was selling any and all things that I can sell based off of the season that we were in during those times in high school. So after experiencing that, I literally just propelled. I literally looked for, how to make money online. And I'm a high school kid learning about, all these different things, Ray-Ban, T25, hip hop apps, P90X, all these different things that was out. From Beachbody, from workout machines, like little handheld workout machines. Like I said, Ray-Ban sunglasses, headphones. It was, I grabbed and got my hands on any and all of those things that I saw that we were able to make a profit on. And I would go and compare it with the prices that I see online, on Amazon. At the time, it was just Amazon and eBay. I didn't know much about any other place to compare prices. But those are the ones that I really honed in on. And I saw that, you can make bank with these products. So I went in. I started wholesaling them, getting them on the cheap, and making crazy buku money from it. Like I said, I was making 6 figures. Senior year into college, I was making bank 6 figures on eBay and Amazon. And remember, at that time, prior to 2011, you didn't have to pay the $20,000, and the 200 transaction threshold was non-existent. So I didn't have to worry about those things. Everything was like smooth and chill and easy sailing for me. It was dope. It was awesome. So during those times, I felt good. I felt successful. I felt awesome. And I went from doing that, and then a few years later, started making 7 figures online. I said, I just cracked the mill. And not too long after that, I started doing multiple millions in a year. So of course you feel like you're at the top of the world. You're able to do whatever you want. You're young. You don't know how to handle the money. So you're just spending like a wild person. So, life is good. Life is great. You feel successful. Everybody's looking up to you. Everybody's telling you, oh, Raquel, you got that mind. You're brilliant. You're this, you're that, all that. You feel great, right? But then that humbling moment comes, right? Don't get me wrong. I was always a humble, chill girl. I was never one to flaunt or anything like that. But definitely it got to a point where I just was spending like a wild person. I wasn't necessarily thinking about so much about of the future and the aspect of like, okay, making a nest egg or whatever. I was just trying to invest in everything. I was just trying to just grow my money as quick as I can. Just again, all that zeal with no knowledge, no proper guidance. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I took the right steps that I thought that was right at that moment, but I had no proper guidance at all in that process. So always living and spending on the edge, I fell off the cliff, literally. Everything went down. Contracts, medical contracts, Amazon and eBay was cracking down on so many things. If you wasn't completely authorized by the particular company, not even just the third party, like some of them, they wanted actual like authorization from the companies themselves. The companies came in, sent out letters and notifications of lawsuits. It just went spiraling down. It was just went crazy. And I just remember how I felt. I was just like, this is not happening. This is not happening. You think about all that success you're used to just come crashing down. I'm like, yo, what? Am I about to get sued for $150 million? What? Psst, I ain't got that kind of money. You might as well take me now. That was my thoughts. I was like, yo, take me now. I don't have, who has $150 million just lying around? I'm like, these people can't be serious. They can't be serious. I called up my lawyer, started freaking out. I was like, OMG, am I going to jail? Am I going to jail? Let me know. Am I going to jail right now? I freaked out. I truly, truly did freak out. But none of that happened. All praises to the Most High. He kept his daughter. Oh, Father, he kept me. He kept me. I best believe I was calling out to God during those periods. I was like, Father, please protect me, Father, please. I was freaking out. I remember it was wild. But back to the story about success. I'm pretty sure you felt so successful prior to that moment, right? And then when those things happen, those ebbs and flows happens, and then all of a sudden things just start, you feel the liquidation process happening. You had to get rid of this, get rid of that. And at that point too, I didn't even know how to properly lower my expenses. Something you would think someone would know how to do. No, again, luxuries tasted becomes one's necessity. I was like, this is not real. Because I'm so used to years of just the same habits. And all of a sudden, just abruptly, I have to stop. It felt crazy. It genuinely felt crazy. So I didn't know how to react. I didn't know how to handle it. I was like, what? And I had to deal with it. It hit me like a ton of bricks very like instantly. And I had to deal with it. So my income was instantly gone. But my expenses wasn't instantly gone. I dealt with months dealing with 50K, this K, 40K. I'm like, this is not dwindling down fast enough. I'm going into debt. This is not happening. And before you know it, I was back in my mama's house. Couldn't go back to the same room I had because that belonged to my brother. I had to get in where I fit in. And that's what I had to do. And I did it gracefully. But of course, you do have those moments of you don't feel successful anymore. You feel like a level of failure took place. Like you potentially let people down. People looked up to you and you just was all up in your head and you just felt like, yo, I'm nothing. Yo, I deserve this. You go down into a rut. And listen, guys, if you do not dig yourself out of those things as quick as possible, before you know it, you blink and you're in a 5-month depression. That's not okay. That spirit of heaviness is not okay. The moment you start feeling that, you start eradicating that. You start doing active things to get you out of those modes. What I do, I start singing praises. I go down on the floor, start praying. I do the most because I refuse to feel that way, especially now. Went through the depression, went through the ups and downs, ebbs and flows, and I started doing practical things to get myself out of it. But that's what you got to do. Cry it out, pray it out, praise it out. Do all of that. Do not stay in those dusty, stagnant rah-rah, depressing states. Do not stay there. Because the longer you stay there, the harder it is to get out of it. The harder it is for you to dig yourself out, to just start, okay, ooh, this is some thick dirt. Matter of fact, this dirt's starting to feel like cement. How am I supposed to get past this? Yeah, get out of there, guys. Don't stay there. But going back to the not feeling so successful, you start having those thoughts. But again, you have to eradicate those thoughts. I had to be like, no, Raquel, whoa. You have a gift to generate income. You've done this before. And quite frankly, it felt eerily easy when I was doing it. In my mind, I couldn't grasp why everybody else wasn't doing it with me. I'm like, why? I remember when I tried to make all my friends do what I was doing. I'm like, guys, if you just do this, you guys could do this too. Like, I'm like, why am I the only one who sees the vision? Like, I remember I tried to make all my friends get out of their 9-to-5s. Again, I wasn't processing things correctly, so I don't do that now. But I remember when I did in the beginning, I'm like, yo, everybody, you guys can make a business, create a business and do this, blah, blah. No, it's not for the faint of heart. I learned that. I thought everybody had the same threshold that I had. They didn't. So I had to learn that the hard way from people like, yo, if you don't stop bugging me about this, yo, that's you, that's not me. I started seeing I was like making people feel bad. I was like, but in my mind, I just genuinely wanted everyone around me to be successful. It was never anything to make someone feel bad or anything like that. So I remember those moments. It was wild. But the success, I kept tying it to the money. That was my issue. I kept tying my success to the money. And I realized, Raquel, that's where the wrong is, Rock. Because yes, you've made that income. You've made that money. But now for the fact that you lost that money, you felt less than. You felt that you wasn't worthy to go speak to somebody else to go help them generate income. The information didn't change. The how did not change. It's the same steps. And now you're even more equipped to help somebody make money because it's not about just making the money. It's about keeping it as well. People think it's hard to generate income. In my experience, it's harder to keep it, especially if you're new to this. So the first thing I would ever tell somebody when they become a millionaire and they come to me asking me for advice, I'll tell them, make sure you don't lose it. Make sure that you don't sit there and play so close to the cliff, so close to the edge, that one little disaster will knock you off your square. Because that's what happened to me. I remember when I was getting advice from people, and I remember when I wasn't trying to hear nothing. People were trying to tell me, oh, Raquel, you should do this with your money. Oh, Raquel, you're spending a lot of money. You're talking this to a girl who's making 5 figures a day in sales, and the profits were great. So in my mind, I'm like, yeah, that sound good. I want to live where I live. I want to fly the way I fly. I want to eat what and where I want to eat. It was crazy. So I'm so grateful for the humbling that took place in my life. So grateful to the humbling. So grateful to the fact that I don't tie money to my success anymore. I did before, but I don't do that anymore. I tie the results that I provide to people. Some people might be like, hey, Rocco, that's still money. No, not necessarily. You see, what have we been talking about for these past couple of podcast episodes? It's not a mistake that I've been honing in on mindset. Eventually, we'll start talking about emails and the power of that and how to do that. Eventually, we'll start talking about different marketing platforms. We'll be talking about different automated things that'll help make your blogs easier, make your impressions more impressionable, make your, drive more traffic to your business. We'll talk about all that stuff soon. But the most important thing in the life of an entrepreneur is your mindset. That's why I've been honing on different topics about mindset and building that foundation for when you do start generating that income. You'll have the ability to handle when the crazy happens, when the rah-rah takes place. Because not if those things are going to come. It's when those disruptions come. How are you supposed to handle that? Because those things can make and break you. Some people have so much potential, but because they are unstable in all of their ways, they fall apart. That's why the millionaire mindset is so important to hone in on. So important to hone in on. It's a makeover for your mind, because that's where the success begins, in your mind, in your imagination. You got to be successful in your imagination first, so you can walk in that and not walk in quote unquote imposter syndrome. Not walk in quote unquote, oh, I kind of lucked up into $10 million. There's people who think that way, believe it or not. Oh yeah, I did that, or this, that, and that. I just lucked up into this $1 million. No. You worked for that. You had the mindset for that. You earned that. That is the most important part of this whole entire process. You have to be successful in your mind first. So some pointers to validate your success. You look at justification through results. What results have you produced before? You can call it monetary, generating millions of dollars in your life, getting broke and recovering from those moments. See, nobody can take away what you've already done. Nothing is wrong with justifying your success through your past results. Because again, you did that. You went and helped somebody generate 5 figures a month in their Amazon business. You went from helping somebody go from an Uber driver to now having their own business that's about to generate multiple 6 figures. You did that. There is nothing wrong with justifying your abilities and your success through your past results, especially if you're on the path right now at reaching/excelling what you previously done. I'm not talking about who's just somebody who's laying in bed, who's just like, yeah, I did this before, but right now I'm about to I ain't trying to do nothing, but I'm just going to live on that and that's it. No, that's not what I mean. I mean someone who's using that past success, their past results as testimonials. That's helping them, that's motivating them to be better and help other people in the process. So justification through results. And then we have justification through investing. And not just regular investing like real estate or stocks. I'm talking about investing in yourself. I personally spent almost $500,000 on personal development. Knowledge in my mind that I'm using every single day, every single chance I get. I'm not downplaying that. And you shouldn't either. If you've invested your money in a mentor, in a coach, that is a big deal. You are showing that you are willing to learn and grow. Because sometimes we could get stagnant on our own. Success follow clues. So I want to follow the one who did it. I want to hire somebody who I'm aspiring to be like. And that's another way you can validate your prices. If you spent $25,000 to learn something, why would you hesitate to charge somebody $25,000 for your services? Why? Don't downplay the knowledge that you spent to get. And that you took the hours, your time, one of the most, if not the most priceless asset you have on this earth is your time. You spent your time and your hard-earned money to get the knowledge that you have. So you shouldn't feel no way to go charge somebody $25,000 or whatever amount it is. Because you did that. You did that for yourself. So you validate your success by that justification through investment. And then I'm talking about that investing in yourself, self-development. The next one we have is justification through experience. Guys, no one can take away the experiences that I've experienced in my life. I give praise to the Most High every day for experiencing the luxuries that I've experienced. I do. Because I'm like, Father, thank you I sometimes I feel like, again, this is just me. I feel like, Father, I got to make up for all the times I didn't tell you thank you before when you wasn't even a first thought, that second thought, third thought, fourth thought in my brain. I'm sorry, Father. I'm so sorry. And I thank you and I give you praise for those things, even when I didn't have them. My gratitude level was through the roof. I was like, wow, Father, thank you. I still have breath in my body. I still got life in my bones. So you didn't give up on me, Dad. I'm not dead. So I can make this right. By your grace, by your mercy. So I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. And I'm grateful for the recovery. He blessed me to get back on my feet and get back into this business game. And I'm going in heavy. Ooh, Father, I know so much more. Of course, we always say that hindsight is 20/20. The things I would tell my young self today, I'd be like, girl, to the young Raquel, I'd be like, girl, first of all, you a bad boss chick. That's what you are. First of all, I'll be tapping on the back, like, you did great. You did great. Had a lot of zeal with no knowledge, but you did great, girl. You grinded. You worked hard. I'm super proud of you, Raquel. I'm so proud of you, Rock. But now we're going to combine your work ethic, combine that grind, combine that fire with the knowledge that you were missing, the understanding that you were missing. Let's combine that together. And most of all, the humility in this walk, in this faith that you were oh so missing. Here. And do you know what that is? That's a recipe for OMG. I don't have a word for it. That's all I could give it. All glory to you, Father. All glory to you, Abba. Thank you, Dad. Give him all the praise. And that's what I have right now. I walk in that confidence that I am not going to cast away for nothing. Sometimes I have those little disruptions come to my mind, but what follows disruption, guys? Inspiration. Always. Get into your word. Play some music. Start speaking to yourself. Start tapping your chest and saying, I'm worth it. I got this. Those days is trying to penetrate in your mind, penetrate in your spirit, to drop those seeds of doubt. I don't allow it. Be gone from me, Satan. I'm going to resist him so he can run away from me. I combat everything with the word. Combat everything with affirmations. Combat everything with the motivation that I need. I don't sit in those states, those stale states. Get out of there. Because I am successful. And my success is validated. All praises to the Most High. Some people might ask, Raquel, but what if I don't have any testimonials? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what I have. I know what it can provide to these people. I mean, I can help make people 6 figures a year. All right, that's great. You have no testimonials? Grab 1 or 2 people. Either you do it for free or charge them a low price. Because again, these guys are test subjects, of course, because your job is to get testimonials. Teach them how to do something. Get your 2 testimonials. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Your experiment is done. You got your justification. See, that's the thing. We try to make things so hard. And it's not. There's always an answer for everything. That's one thing I learned from the Bible. Any question I have, any conundrum I'm in, any scenario in my mind, I'm like, yo, la 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 la. I asked my teacher, he got an answer for me. I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, yo, the Bible leaves no rock unturned. It's crazy. So that's why for me, I take that in my life. I'm like, guys, you're worried about no testimonials, then get testimonials. I think one of the main things too is the lack of confidence in people's knowledge. Girl, boy, you better get that confidence. You better get that confidence. Confidence in what you know. confidence in the results that you know you could provide for people, and go do it and get your 1 to 2 testimonials. And then you're good. Then you go ahead and start charging those prices that you so dearly want to charge, because nothing is wrong with that. Go ahead and validate your success. Guys, just know your content and be confident in it. Walk in that confidence and don't cast it away. All right? You are validated. You got this. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Later. You've been listening to Business with Rocz with your girl Rocz. If you enjoyed today's podcast, be sure to tell a friend, and also make sure you never miss an episode by subscribing to our show on Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Stitcher Radio, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Stay blessed.